I don't know. Sometimes all that talking is just talking. These dudes need to realize the streets are dead.
Catch up. I think I'm Big Meech.
What's going on, people? It's your boy LBoogie time, and this is another episode of OG's Perspective, man. This episode right here, we talking about Big Meech, man. Welcome home to Big Meech after supposedly doing 30 years, but dropped it in half to 15, man. But if you think about it, is it really a welcome home? As big as we all know Big Meech was, the strip club scene, the music scene, a lot of things that he have done, man. How big of a welcome is it to somebody that actually put poison in our streets? Not gonna lie to you, it ain't like a welcome home if Malcolm X was in jail or Martin Luther King was in jail. Those are welcome homes that, as black people, we should really be embracing. But nonetheless, we love this hip hop culture, this gang violence culture. So I guess it is welcome home, Big Meech, man. A lot of these guys, a lot of rappers, industry people are welcome home as well.
The streets back. The streets back. The Meech home. Meech, welcome back. Salute. All my other G's coming to the crib. That Nino Breeze finna drop tomorrow. You better get ready for this ride, cause the streets is back. Let us know what type of hustler are you? What type of go-getter are you? Are you a leader or a follower? If you a follower, just sit back, put on your seatbelt, and go for the ride.
As nice as that sounds, and I guess, congratulating somebody on being home is always a good thing. But the way Rick Ross is saying that the streets are back, the streets, to be honest with you, man, to take anything from a guy with a lineup of a bed like that, I can't take Rick Ross serious, man. I love this music back in the day, man, but he looked like a whole clown to me right now, man. Welcome to somebody home that did what he did, as if the streets are going like he gonna fill the streets up with drugs and wait, come on, man, stop it, man. Stop it, man. Stop, man. We even got people like Lil Boosie. My man LeBron James, the king of the NBA, welcome home in Big Meech. Now, with all the cheers and celebration for Big Meech, there's one problem. There's ratting accusations that just stained his name, man. His whole legacy could be in trouble, from what they say, the great legacy of Big Meech could be in trouble by this one guy named Cuffy that's saying that he was put in prison because of Big Meech. Let's check this video out.
So yeah, I got Cuffy right here, man, St. Louis legend. You know what I'm saying? And I know people heard me speak about Meech's paperwork situation with the last interview that we had, and a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. They don't believe it, Blue's hating. You know what I'm saying? And when I went back and I looked at everything, I was like, you know what, bro? It's only right and only one way to really do it. Only one way to really do it and just let dog speak for itself. So I wanted him to call in, and this is him calling in during the interview. Go ahead, Cuff, man. You can introduce yourself and take the flow.
Blue, my nigga, what's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, a lot of people, man, is thinking that this thing is made up, or this thing is fake, or that I have an axe to grind. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, as you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Collins, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential Source 1. So what Big Meech did was called a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Collins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
How do you know? How do you came upon this information, though?
We were rewarded what's called a Franks hearing. It's based on a case called U.S. versus Frank. So I would implore your listeners to look the case up. And what a Franks hearing entails is that you're able to cross-examine your accusers, meaning government agents, meaning informants, and so on and so forth, just like a regular trial. So this was testified in court.
Period. Point blank.
This was testified in court, that I became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
That's what was said on the stand, bro. The lady became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. But I think people would ask a question of this, though. This is what I got hit with a lot is, all right, then if he did it to get a time cut, then how come he still did all that time in jail?
Well, what they don't understand is that he never received the time cut, because what came out was that she had an illicit sexual relationship with Special Agent Keith Cromer.
Special Agent Keith Cromer.
But her first DA handler was the guy, as you should know, Blue, who brought the BMF indictment, Special Agent Jack Harvey.
Special Agent Jack Harvey is the person that locked us all up. He was also the person that locked up Terry White, which was her first case as a DEA agent. And then he retired. He retired after he got them 60 years.
Yeah, he retired, and then her handler became a brother by the name of Keith Cromer, Special Agent Keith Cromer, who was also fired behind this particular case. So Meech never received the time cut because, unbeknownst to a lot of people, it's against the law to have a sexual relationship or any personal relationship with a government informant.
Somehow, some way, because I don't know how, she met Special Agent Jack Harvey. You can leave that up to question. How did Big Meech's personal assistant / the person that handles all this business / the person that owns BMF Entertainment to this day since 2008?
Special Agent Jack Harvey. She put up with Harvey.
So now she meets Special Agent Jack Harvey, and then she starts working for Special Agent Jack Harvey, but not for the Meech case. It was for a whole nother case first. It was for Terry White. But once that case went well, okay, and once that went past and Terry White got his 30 years, Special Agent Jack Harvey retired. But now she was ready to go do the case for Meech and help get Meech his time cut. So now when Meech came up, it was a new person that came on, and his name was, what's his name again, big homie?
Special Agent Keith Cromer.
Special Agent Keith Cromer is the new special agent after Jack Harvey retired. Now he's her handler, and they engulfed in a personal relationship, sexual, however they called it in the court. And through that relationship, it tainted the case, and it was dishonorable at that point. They had to throw that out. That's why Meech didn't get out. So now you pose the question of why is my big homie Cuff still in jail? And go ahead, Cuff, you can let them know why, how that happened.
From that conspiracy, they indicted me on 2 murder charges. Subsequently, I pled guilty to 2 gun charges in exchange for them dropping the murder charges.
Now, how did they, hold on, let me ask this for you. Right quick. How did they get you on something that was totally different from the case that Meech and them had you in a wiretap for?
Out of a totally different, nothing to do with the drug conspiracy, but they falsely accused it as being a part of the drug conspiracy. And then they brought about the gun charges as using the gun charges in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime.
This call is from a federal prison.
Okay, and did they hit you with a superseding indictment or just?
They superseded me.
So they came out of that case that y'all was in court for and hit you with a whole brand new case that had nothing to do with that at all.
Didn't have nothing to do. Yeah, it still had something to do with that. They still let the drug conspiracy stand between Tammy Collins and myself.
Oh.
She started. That's the only way that they can continue to have jurisdiction. They had to leave the drug charges there.
Oh, see, I thought that they said, all right, well, this case is over, but we
pick up murder charges or gun charges unless it's tied to something. If it's not tied to anything, then the government don't have jurisdiction. So a carjacking has to be tied to something to have a gun charge of using a 924C, as I have, or 924J.
G. Oh, J.
You
Right.
feel me? Discharging a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime that results in death.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna judge. I never sold bricks on the block. I never did none of that. So I'm gonna hold my real, my real perspective on this to myself. But this is OG perspective. I'm gonna say that the dude ratted, he got to go. But Big Meech is gonna get out this halfway house, and he's gonna do a lot of interviews. So hopefully we'll get the real answers. But the streets is a myth. To you young guys out there, man, stop thinking that this is real, man. These guys going to jail, they ratting out whoever they can to go home to their family. At the end of the day, it's about going home to your family, your loved ones. It ain't about doing all that nonsense will put you in the jail system for 30, 40 years. You don't want that, man. Keep it positive, you know what I mean? See y'all next episode. It's your boy LBoogie time.